Hey guys, welcome back to the Boatyard here in Trinidad and Tobago. This week we're tackling a mix of projects to get Escapade one step closer to being ready for the season. We're finishing up cleaning the teak decks, sewing the steering wheel covers back together, and heading up the mast to install our lazy jack lines, finally getting our stack pack back up and working for the mainsail. We'll also be installing some mesh window shades. No sewing required and no drilling extra holes. Just a simple DIY solution that's perfect for boats, RVs, or even your home. Make sure you stick around until the end because we've got a sneaky discount code to share if you'd like to try these shades out for yourself. Stay tuned.
Alright, so day 2 of cleaning the deck. We've gotten obviously one side done. We've started this side now, so we started bright and early, 6 a.m. So that's basically where I'm up to now. So this is nice and clean, this section, super dirty, but it's doing an amazing job of getting the dirt off. Anyway, I'm just working in little sections and I feel like that's working the best for me. So I'll literally just do like maybe this much of a section and then clean off step 1 and then do step 2 and then clean that off and then work on the next bit. So that's finished here, and then that's the step 1 there, so it's a lot darker so you can see where you're working, which is bloody amazing. And then here's the non-finished product. So you can see it's working, it's doing its job.
Alright, I am attempting to resew the steering wheel. It's pretty bad. There is one section that's still hanging on from about a year and a half ago that I just fixed. Basically the twine is disintegrating. Tried to look up a few videos to figure out how to do it, and I know how to do the crisscross stitch, but I get confused on how to start it. Anyway, I've just done it myself, which I think I did last time, and it's held up this long. So this is what I did last time. I have no idea how I started it here on either side, but it stayed. It has just come undone here, but I kind of tried to do something with it. So I'll probably do this whole thing again. So I'll do the rest of the steering wheel and then I'll go over this part. Also, little Nyla here is probably going to drive me insane. She wants to play with it. Wish me luck. Done one section and I just got enough thread out of it. That's what it's looking like. Not too bad. This is what the old stuff looks like. So it's a bit different the way it looks. It's not so crisscrossed, but it still looks pretty good. One steering wheel done. It's looking much more fresh. Don't judge me on these side bits, but it's looking much better than it was before, that's for sure. So now to get onto steering wheel number 2. We are doing an exciting little upgrade to Escapade today. If you can't guess already, it is some shade pieces, which we are in much need of, especially since being in the Caribbean. The whole reason this came about was we're having to shut our curtains all the time to keep the heat out. And I've seen these shade pieces on other people's boats, but I was thinking it's going to cost a fortune to have someone do it. Went researching online to try and find a DIY solution and found a brand called EZsnap, and they do DIY kits. On the EZsnap Direct website, we found all the details about their window shades along with helpful tips and tricks for installation. Using their online calculator, we entered the measurements for each area we wanted to cover. They then sent us an email with a link to our recommended kit size, layout diagram, and pricing. So with the hardware, we also didn't want something that we had to drill more holes in the boat with. So the really cool thing about what they've created is they've got these little 3M adhesive studs. So you actually place these onto the window or onto a flat surface, and then they've got little pins and clips. So this basically goes around the mesh. We'll show you how it all works after. And then you get little 3M priming sticks for where you're going to stick the studs, a little cutting tool, and a tool to actually pull away the mesh off the studs. So if you want to remove them, you get a little application guide and also a handy little measuring tool. All right, so first step is to clean the window or the area that you're going to stick the studs with isopropyl. So we'll do that. Just make sure it's all clean. And then we are going to measure and stencil the little circles. So we'll do 5-inch increments from the middle of that circle to the next one. So here, measure along. Then I just use the frame to measure up here at the middle of the circle where the line is. So basically, this is what you'll end up with. So then we've got our 3M primer stick, which we're going to pop on in the circles. So you actually just snap and then give it a little shake. And then we prime just in the circles. And then you actually leave this to dry for 5 minutes before you place your 3M studs on. Okay, now we're going to put the 3M studs on. So they just look like this. So you just peel the little sticky layer off and then place it on the circle and use a bit of pressure. Alright, we will let them sit until tomorrow and then we'll come back in the late afternoon and do the remainder. Alright, it's now been 24 hours. I've gone ahead this morning and popped the rest of these on the other windows, and so now we're going to pop the pins all on those. Nice and easy, they just pop on. The next step was to measure and cut the mesh into slightly oversized pieces. We referred to the provided layout diagram to double check the measurements for each section. They also included a special white pencil that's visible on the black mesh, which we used to outline the pieces and also mark the spots for the 3M adhesive studs I showed earlier. Then all we had to do was follow our stencil and cut each piece. We used this handy little tool they gave us, but some sharp scissors will also do the job perfectly. Once we had our basic pieces cut, it was time to lay it over the area as straight as we could and then start pressing the mesh onto the pins. The good part about this is if we needed to readjust where the mesh sits on some pins, we could just pull the mesh back off and start over. Got it all attached. As you can see there, the mesh is going through all of the pins. And then once you're happy with how it's sitting, you can apply the little caps and then you can cut the excess off. Okay, so we've just gone along and traced out the stencil with the white pencil. So now we can remove it, which you can use a screwdriver or the little tool that they give you. So you're just going behind here and removing this bit so that we can cut it.
And then it's done.
It's all done. Yay, exciting.
20
And we can see what they're like.
20 more windows to go.
It's actually pretty quick to do though, but you can just spread it out over like a few days if you want. Obviously you can icy prop all the white stuff off as well. Alright, just snap it all back in place. Obviously it's easy to see where it goes now. And look at that, looks so fresh. So here's the window before, obviously with the studs on, but you can see through to our curtains. And that is after. Do the rest of the windows and show you what it looks like. Done. Super happy with it. So covered all our windows here, small hatches, and also we've done our door hatch and our small hatches. And the cool thing about those is it's kind of acting like a fly or mosquito net, because those windows actually open in. So we've been able to put it on the outside nice and flush, and we can have the window open and we shouldn't get mozzies. There'll only be like a really minuscule gap. So depending on the type of hatches or windows you have, you can use it, I guess, like a mozzie screen too. And it's actually made it all look more modern and like fresh again, because our black windows are quite faded underneath and a little bit discoloured, so it's kind of aesthetically pleasing again too. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. So basically from the outside, if we're in a marina or something like that, obviously our windows are quite small, but you shouldn't be able to see inside during the day. But from the inside, you can see out really nicely, but it just gives you that little bit of shade, stops the heat coming in. So that's what they look like. Obviously you can easily see outside, but no one can see in, so you have a bit of privacy. Also got it up here.
It's so good. Like, it's cool the boat down about 10 degrees.
Yeah, we have been shutting these curtains, so if it gets super hot we'll still shut them, but it seems to be doing a pretty good job, doesn't it?
It's amazing.
And there's also a bit of light coming into the boat, which is nice. Yeah, very happy.
Mate, sail up, and now we just put the buttons in there.
We still need to do some repairs, but we're just getting it up for now.
We've got like 5 holes in our mainsail. Look at that one.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. One there. Another one up there, and on the edge. You won't be able to see it with this probably, but
We've got a ton of holes.
our sail's seen better days, eh?
Yep. It's on its last legs. Hopefully we make
So we've had the
season.
sail bag repaired. So all of these straps had basically disintegrated because we didn't use marine webbing, because they didn't have grey, and we just thought it would last a lot longer than what it did. This is like really, really thick, good quality webbing. in black, but that's okay because the buckles are in black anyway. So hopefully we'll have a sail bag for years to come without any major dramas.
Famous last words. Alright, let's get it in, hey?
Can someone tell us what these are for? I've never seen them before. In our sail bag. So we've got like a long strap and then a loop, and there's 3 of them. I'm thinking maybe like when you get the sail down, just to try and like strap it in before you put it in the bag or something. I don't know.
Should we do the reefing lines first or the battens?
I don't know. You're the expert.
Oh, actually, I want to clean the reefing lines first. I want to soak them.
Okay.
So let's just do the battens.
Our mainsail is starting to feel and sound a lot like tissue paper, so we're definitely well overdue for some new sails.
Yep.
I didn't realise we had rips like right near the seam.
We've got
Like,
lots.
I'm not going to be able to.
We've got lots of rips.
I'm not going to be able to repair that myself. Escapade is over 20 years old now, and there are still plenty of big upgrades and maintenance tasks on the horizon to really get her up to scratch. But for now, we're tackling each project one step at a time as our budget allows.
We haven't had lazy jack lines since we left the Canary Islands.
We had some, didn't we? But
we had like 1 or 2, but
yeah.
Our bags wouldn't hold properly. So you're gonna have to go up the mast, probably 3/4 up the mast. See these little pulley things?
Oh yeah.
There's 2 of those on the mast. You'll go through those, and then there's a little hole in the spreader.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
The top spreader.
Feed it down there, and then we feed it that side of this spreader because otherwise it
Of the rigging stuff and the spreader.
of the lower spreader.
Yeah, okay.
Because otherwise
You can tell me as we go anyway.
ours seems to like hit
Okay.
for some reason when we had it on that side.
Check out the whole boatyard from here. Got through the pulleys, and then I've just tied it off here. Put it through the hole, tied it off until I get down a bit lower. And then I think Jason said it needs to go. I have to pull the remainder over to this side of the spreaders, and then down to the next one. Okay, after going up a second time and Jason having to winch me up, we're both dying. It is so hot. I bet you're dying because you have to actually winch me.
That's all right.
But I'm like baking in the sun, like it burns. Anyway, just a few more to tie off and then we're done.
Well done.
Is the other side good?
Yeah, we're good.
Cool. Wow, it's weird to have a sail bag that actually holds up.
That was such a nightmare. We'd literally have to have both of us up on deck just to pack away this sail.
Oh, before when the lazy jack lines were broken.
Those jack lines.
Yeah,
Don't
or the
realise
sail bag.
how important they actually are.
Until you don't have them.
Yeah.
Like everything on a boat really, isn't it? Yeah, even just like when we'd reef the sail as well, and like the bottom part of the sail would be technically, yeah, it should be in the bag, but because nothing was holding the bag, it was just like flapping over the side and blocking our view. And
I forgot about that, and we were so heavily reefed like the whole way back here too, weren't we?
yeah. Well, that's a few more jobs checked off the list, but there's still plenty more to tackle. Join us next week as we dive into another round of boatyard projects, getting Escapade ready for a brand new season. We'll leave a link and discount code in the description if you'd like to purchase an EZsnap shade kit for your boat, RV or home. Cheers, guys.